Hello, it's Dawn Zehren with the Floyd Wickman team. This is the second in a three-part series of the Wickman Method of Dialogue Selling. Our first piece was all about delivery because it's not what you say, but how you say it. And the third part will be the words. Everyone wants to know the words. This, part two, this is the method. And Floyd Wickman is so brilliant to have broken down the process. It adds to your sense of calm confidence. If you know what you're doing and are well prepared, then all the other variables, like what they're going to ask and how the day is going to go and all the things you can't control, you're still present with calm confidence and you're effective. So you want to know? Here's the method. Write down. If you're taking notes, there are 6 things to write down. Start with the word tracks, followed by questions. 3 and 4 are parts and visuals. Number 5 is facts with emotional words. And number 6 is fear of loss. When you are on an appointment, a listing appointment or a buyer's initial consultation, we refer to them as CEDOs. If you have a track to follow, you will get to your destination. If I leave on an Amtrak train from Milwaukee to go to Detroit, there is no way I'm landing in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The track will make sure I get to my destination. And you'll hear people reference and say, oh, we got off track in a conversation. That's fine. You can come right back. A track is not a script. A track is knowing the process to get to your aim. And we've got the best process. We have the best track. If you need work with this, our listing presentation workshop is coming up, and that's where you'll really master these skills. So a track, know your destination and how you plan to get there. And you'll do it by asking questions, heavy at the beginning and continuing along the way. Without asking questions, you never really know what they're thinking, what's important, what they're worried about, what they hope for. And every client deserves someone who will take the time to invest in learning about them. And they'll feel heard and they'll be well served because of it. Questions are key. As you go through your communication, use parts and visuals. Now, this is a visual. I'm on a video in front of you. And if we're face-to-face or if I'm doing a large presentation, I'll have a visual with me. On Zoom, I'll have a visual that will come up. In a face-to-face presentation, I'll have printed pieces. Have those. Why? Because people process visually. The mind, in fact, thinks in pictures. So you saying something, that can register, but it lands so much stronger with a visual. Your visual can also be your nonverbal communication. And parts, oh, we used parts for this. I had you write down 6 elements of the method. Now 5 and 6 are facts with emotional words and fear of loss. These go together. As a realtor, you are presenting data, but the data impacts people in tremendous ways. And fear of loss is always present. A buyer in a heavily competitive market, they're concerned about whether or not their offer is going to get accepted. A seller in a heavily competitive seller's market still has concern. Speak about the facts with emotional words and make sure that fear of loss is addressed. It's a great gift you give them. The buyer who works with an agent that doesn't bother to mention, oh, it's a seller's market, and you'll likely be competing when you draft an offer. Now the bad news is only one person's going to win. What were the words? Bad and win. Those are the emotional words. The good news here is we can prepare you now to make you as strong a competitor as possible. It doesn't ensure you'll win when you draft an offer, but it gives you the best fighting chance. And if I didn't prepare you before you found the house that you really want to buy, I'm not serving you well. All of that is fact and emotion wrapped in, and it hits fear of loss. What good is this to the buyer? Well, the good is the buyer's going to pay attention to what you're saying and not have to go through writing as many offers, hopefully, to get the house that's the right one for them. When you're with a seller in a heavily competitive seller's market, what could go wrong? Oh my goodness. All the things that come back after a home inspection, all the possibilities with lending, the possibilities with appraisal. As an agent, as a master in real estate, a master salesperson, we have an obligation to address those possibilities, those facts with emotional words and fear of loss at the initial consultation. Because otherwise, the seller will be elated when there's 7 offers and they accept one that's several $1,000s over ask price. But then they will be devastated when the appraisal comes back way under. And if they want to close, their option is simply to cut their net proceeds. That's real pain. Save them the real pain by using emotional words with facts and fear of loss in advance. The method of dialogue selling shows that you are a master salesperson. They list with masters. They buy with masters, and they refer masters. Honing your skills in the method of dialogue selling, that's building a sustainable business. Be sure to join us for part 3. The words.